Hey everybody, in today's video I'm going to go over one of the newest features in the latest version of Filmora 13, and that's the ability to add shapes to your videos, a good way to enhance any tutorials or how-to videos that you make. So in this example, I'm doing something in the bottom right hand corner of the screen, and I want to be able to direct my viewers' attention to that screen. And one effective way to do that is by using shapes. So here I can easily add an arrow right from the menu bar in the Filmora 13 editor, and so I can size my my arrow how I want it to, precisely adjust that. I can put in the color that I want and adjust the size and the look of it and put it in exactly the right spot, so that way again my viewer knows where they should be looking at. Another thing that I can do is, in addition to an arrow, I can add a rectangle. And so this can be helpful again to show the specific area that I want to look at, that I want to focus on. Now, in this case, instead of using a fill color, I may use just a border, a black background, fairly thick, just to make it really abundantly clear what the viewer should be looking at, because especially with the video, you may not have a lot of time to tell people exactly where they should be looking at. Using the X and Y scales in Filmora, I can also make the rectangle precisely as large or small as I want it to be, just to narrow in specifically on where the user should be, or the viewer should be looking at. And again, we can adjust this to make it so it's precisely pointing at that rectangle, and so it's really clear to the viewer where they should be looking at. So now we can see that it points directly to that area of the screen that I want them to look at. Now, this is a bit abrupt, and one thing I can do to enhance this even further is add an animation effect. So in this example, I can have the rectangle coming up from the bottom and the arrow perhaps coming in from the left. So now it has more of a dynamic effect as opposed to just jumping right on the screen. So if I hit the play button here, you can see the arrow coming in from the left, the rectangle coming up from the bottom. And so you can also adjust this to have different entry and exit points to speed up or to slow down the animation, just to make it have the desired effect that you want with your video. So in this case, I'm going to make the arrow come in a little bit quicker, just to have a more dramatic effect, as opposed to making it a bit more slower. But obviously you can adjust that how you want. But by doing this, it makes it a lot easier to call attention to your videos and the edits that you're making. So it's a lot easier for your viewers to see exactly what it is you want them to be looking at. And there's also other shapes that you can use in this editor. In addition to arrows and rectangles, there's also triangles and ellipses that you can use. So there's a lot of variety you have here to make your tutorials a whole lot more effective and a lot more useful in Filmora 13.